Whoa, that was dope, man. That's dope. Hey, pat on the back to me. No, man, I'd like to thank my man Mo for that, man. That was dope. That was dope. Welcome, 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 man, to the brand new VNO podcast, broadcasting live under Dope Living TV. Thank y'all, man. If somebody's tuning in right now, man, thank you for checking me out. Checking me out. Man, welcome to the VNO, the premise of the VNO, man. This has been a dream of mine, and I didn't even know it, just to talk, just to come out to y'all and share my views and opinions. But this has been a dream in the works. I think came up with the idea actually on Christmas, and I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know how to do a podcast. I didn't know how to come live. I didn't know how to do any of that. Thank you, Dr. Jory. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Uh, I didn't know how to do any of this, man. Didn't know how to do any of this, and it happened. It happened, man. Thank you to Dope Living TV for allowing me to be here and giving me a platform. Um, man, how did this start? This started uh, from the moment I was born. This started who I am and my purpose and doing this started from the moment that I came out the womb, figuring out myself, and here I am. What 40 years later? Thank you, Marcy. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Um, I am just Gina. I'm so excited too. You excited? I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited about what's gonna happen through this thing. The premise of this is ordinary people with extraordinary stories. That's the premise of the VNO. I gave an introduction on Facebook probably like, I don't know, like a month ago. And people probably was like, man, this dude ain't about to do nothing. And here I am. I'm doing it. We doing it. We doing it. And I want to display, put on display these people, man, that I meet on a daily basis, and I'm talking to them and I'm asking them about their journeys and their stories, and they start to tell me, man, and it's like, wow, man, like I'm around you every day, and I didn't even know that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that you had this about you. I didn't know that you went through that. I didn't know that that you had that in your life, and it's dope, man. It's dope. Like people out here, man, the people you're around every day, and because we don't dare to ask each other. Uh, People have these dope stories, man. Let me tell you a little bit of my story. So, I changed as a person within the last, let's say, what is it, 2022? It was 2022, dang. So I want to say 4 years, 4 years. Uh, cool, cool. Uh, Changed as in the last 4 years as a person, man, and I believe the VNO has been inside of me all the time. This whole time, man, this podcast has always been inside of me. But within the last 4 years, it started with I knew something, I thought something was wrong with me as far as like back in 2018. And pretty much, I would say through high school, through my adulthood, I was like, man, something's wrong, man. Like I can't focus. I'm having a hard time focusing. I can't really um, express myself, express my feelings. And I figured out, man, talking to people, I was like, ADD? Like, I don't, everybody got ADD. Everybody say they got ADD, but I went to the doctor, got checked out, had ADD. I took care of that. And from there, uh, I started to figure myself out and I was able to understand some of my emotions and understand who I am a little bit better. And through that, uh, things just started happening in my life. From there, being able to express yourself for I don't want to say the first time, but fully for the first time, man, that's a crazy experience. Like fully just kind of reaching deep and being able to find out who am I. and I went through this life change. Um, I felt unheard. I felt unheard in my life from a lot of people in my life, from my wife, from my kids, from the people I worked with, from uh, people I went to church with, from everybody, man. I just started to feel unheard. And I'll say it almost on a daily basis. Anybody that was around me during that time, and up until probably about last year or actually earlier this year, people would hear me say, "Man, I feel unheard, man. Like I feel unheard." And I don't think they understood. Maybe some people didn't care. I don't think they understood. And so through feeling unheard, I began to hear. I began to pay attention to, like, if I feel like this, wonder what other people feel like, and I began to just talk to people around me, talk to everybody, man. I talk to everybody, and reaching out to people, man. And then people start, when a lot of people are just looking for somebody to listen. I figured out, man, I wasn't the only one that felt unheard. It's a lot of people out there, man, that feel unheard, that feel like, nobody cares. So they keep these stories, man, that are important to themselves. I say they're important because they're important to other people. Somebody out there is waiting on your story so that they can overcome. And that's what this whole thing is, man. They like it's telling extraordinary stories from these ordinary people because somebody out there can be healed. You can help somebody with your dope story. You can help somebody when you tell them about your struggle. The way I think of it is like this, man. I don't really get embarrassed about a whole lot of things because I realize from listening to people's stories that a lot of the things that we go through is just simply human. You know what I'm saying? It's the human experience. It's not necessarily just your experience. Now there are nuances. It's things that thank you, Greg. Thank you. Uh Man, thank you, Greg. I appreciate you, man. That's Mr. Dope Living right there. But yeah, man, people you can help other people and you can uplift other people about these stories that sometimes we feel embarrassed about, man. And it's nothing to be embarrassed about, bro. Like it's healing when you begin to tell your journey. It can be healing to somebody. Uh Sometimes sometimes I ramble, y'all. Hey, I might do this, man, but I hope it helps somebody. I know it's gonna help somebody. Uh so I was with my journey with ADD. So I figured out I had ADD. Maybe that might help somebody, man. Like, hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I had a hard time focusing. I took care of it. Uh, and now here I am today, man, able to do something like this. Uh, who am I? My name is Ron Reed, and I am married. I got 3 kids who ain't so much kids no more. I'm 40 years old. I got married at 20, so coming up in August, man, I'll be married for 20 years, which is a whole experience. We're gonna talk about that too at some point in time on the podcast. That's an experience, man. Uh, I am an iron worker, not to be confused with steel workers. Every time I tell people I'm an iron worker, uh, people always be like, "Oh, you work in the steel mill?" No, I don't work in the steel mill. Greg, can we put up image? I think is it number one? Oh, look, I'm messed up already. There we go. There we go. I am a part of the International Association of the Bridge of the I'm sorry, the International Association of Bridge Structural, Ornamental, and Reinforcing Ironworkers. We build your stuff. We build everything. We build your buildings. We build your bridges. We build your stairs. We build things, man. We put up big iron. We put up little iron. Uh, Greg, can I get that picture of me doing my thing? Yes, that is me. That is me. Uh, Being an iron worker. A lot of times, I'm not afraid to tell people that I can be emotional at times, and I don't even care because look, everybody can't do what I do. I got a grown man job, so I feel like that justifies me being able to cry sometimes. Now, y'all look, y'all might not. I don't know, man. You might catch me being emotional, man, because I find myself listening to people's stories, man, and sometimes it'll make you emotional, man. You this person that I'm with every day, this person that I ran into, man. they might have been homeless last week. You know what I'm saying? You didn't even know it. They might have been down and out. They mom might have died last week, and it's crazy, man. The stories that you get from people, man. Some of them exceptional, man, and some of them are sad, man. But it still can heal somebody. Um, so I said I'm an iron worker. I go to church. I love God, man. I go to church, and that's been a journey within itself, man. It's been a journey within itself. I was going to the same church for 20 years, man. A church I still love to this day. And just when I changed as a person, man, and I was allowing myself to be uh, who I believe God wanted me to be, uh, I he made a change in my life, and it was part of the journey of I think God allowed me to feel unheard and allowed me to feel alone. Actually, man, everybody felt alone during this pandemic, straight up. It's a lot of people, man. I mean, people was isolated. I mean, I felt alone. I wasn't even isolated. I was considered an essential worker. I don't know how essential buildings were, but I'm happy I got to work through it, and I'm happy that I'm here, man, because everybody ain't here with us that went through this thing, man. Prayers to you if you lost somebody during this pandemic. I can't just say that without saying, man, if you lost somebody, if you got somebody that's hurting even right now, man, prayers out to you. But yeah, I said I changed churches, um, and I still love everybody that was there, man. But it just felt like God was calling me someplace, someplace different. And that was I was going to the Rock Church, and I still love those people, and love that church. It's a great church, man, to this day. I now attend the Word Church. Uh, with my man, Pastor Joe. That's my he was sent to me at the right time. You know what I mean? Man, I love him with all my heart, man. All my church family, I love him. But yeah, I just spirituality, man. Whether you want to believe in God or not, man, you don't hear me throughout this podcast bringing up God stuff, and it's not. I don't even look at it as religious stuff, man. It is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I just believe that you can't get away from God. You can't get away from who God is through your daily experiences, whether you believe in Him or not, whether you like Him or not. That's just me, man. I experience God moments all the time, and I'm human, man. I'm human. I'm like some people might not like it, man. That's one thing I went through period in my life, man. For the longest, man, I was just I wanted to please people. You know what I mean? And in pleasing people, I wasn't able to be who I am. And I'm not blaming those people. That's totally my fault. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't able to fully be who I was supposed to be. So saying that, I'm human, man. Yeah, I go to church and all of that, man. I make mistakes. Folks I work with to tell you, I ain't woo, I'm not perfect, man. I treat people with decency and respect, but sometimes I say things and do things. You know what I mean? Just like every other human being. Some humans want you to think that they're perfect and they don't do things, and that ain't it, man. Humans, human. You know what I mean? All day, every day. Humans really don't surprise me that much because from the beginning of time, humans are humans. They do human things. They make mistakes. You have people that just are outright evil. You know what I mean? But outside of that, you have people, man, that are we're all just human. And like, no matter how great you think you are, man, you still in this, you know what I'm saying? You still in this, in a body that want to do things sometimes. With that being said, I smoked for the longest time, man. Y'all might catch me vaping. So if you do, I don't know, man. It's forgive me. I just, whatever. I'm me. You know what I'm saying? But during this journey, man, that I've been on within the last couple years, when I found myself being unheard, after that, uh, there was like this transition throughout my life. I had battled depression on and off, I'm gonna start dropping clips. On one of the clips that I'm gonna put on the VNO, uh, I'm gonna share it on this Facebook page. I'm gonna start sharing social media. But one of the clips I'm gonna put on there, I talk about depression. I think a lot of people, I think it's human to battle depression. There are levels to it. You know what I'm saying? There's levels to being depressed. With some people, man, they battle severe depression. I think you got to fight being negative every day. If you're human, default is negativity. So you gotta fight that default is having negative feelings and negative emotions, man. Just think about it. You wake up, man. Some people wake up in the morning like F this, man. Straight up. I know I do sometimes, man. And if you see a smile on my face, I smile a lot, man. And if you see a smile on my face, it's because, man, I overcame. You know what I'm saying? I'm overcoming at the moment you see me. The moment that you look at me and I got this smile on my face. It ain't, don't take it for granted, boy. Hey, you overcome it, man. You overcome it because human default is negativity. It's always something going on the inside. You know what I'm saying? But uh that's my man. That's my man, Fletcher Holmes, and y'all gonna see him next week. Next week, you want to talk about ordinary people with extraordinary stories. That's my man. Fletch. Thank you, Fletch. I appreciate you, bro. But man, my journey to this transition began, man. I ain't gotta write this down, man. Like I said, I said, man, ADD, man. It seemed like everything's going okay, man. And then first thing that happened, man, like I said, I was going to the same church for 20 years, man. My pastor, who was my friend, um, he ended up just having a life occurrence, man, and he ended up leaving, and that if you've been going to the same place for that long, man, that's crushing, bro. You know what I'm saying? That can mess you up. You talk about why, man. Like maybe this ain't it, maybe God ain't it, but it was. I handled it, but it was crushing to me. Uh, my friend, a good mentor of mine, who I've known since high school, man, who mentored me like when I was going through marital troubles, man, and life troubles ever since I was young. Uh, he got a divorce, and then he kind of cut himself off from me. And same thing with my pastor that left us. He kind of cut himself off from me, which I'm not knocking him for that, man. It's totally understandable, man. Sometimes when you have life occurrences, you're able to talk to strangers better sometimes than you can your own friends and family and people that you love. You know what I'm saying? I understand that, and I think that it was meant to be because I was meant to feel that alone feeling. So those are the people I would call, man, when I was going through things in life. Couldn't get them, couldn't catch them on the phone, which is totally understandable. I'm not knocking y'all. I love y'all. Uh, uh, so that happened. I'm going through that, man. Most devastating uh, thing that rocked me uh, was if anybody knows me, man, you know who I am. Somebody shot at my house, bro. Like, I'm able to have like laugh through it now, man. But at the time, a lot of people know I had uploaded some videos to Facebook with me being emotional, man. I'm gonna end up taking those down. But anyway, uh, man, that was rough, man. I wasn't home. Let me tell that story real quick. Uh, I'm at work, and when y'all saw the pictures, you can't really answer your phone in certain situations. You find yourself at heights. I work in Chicago, by the way. That's the city of Chicago, great city, man. Uh, thank you so much, thank you. Uh, but I'm at work one morning, and it's probably about I want to say I don't even think it was 10 o'clock yet. Maybe it was about 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. in the morning. I live in Indiana, work in Chicago, and my son calls me and he tells me my kids are homeschooled. They were homeschooled, by the way. That was just a choice me and my wife made at the time, but they were homeschooled, and so they did everything on the computer. My son at the time he had graduated. He was out of school. They were teenagers. Uh, my daughters were teenagers, and my son calls me and says, "Hey, there's somebody at the door. You know, young dude at the door." I said, "Do you know him?" He said, "No, I don't know him." He says, I said, well, what's the problem, bro? At work, you know what I'm saying? He's like, cause he won't go away. He keep telling me that, saying that I owe him something, or whoever's on the other side of the door, you can't really see through my door. You couldn't. My son ain't wasn't gonna go to the door anyway, but he was away from the door. This dude can't really see through the door. He said, you yada yada yada, and so he's like, man. I don't know you. Can you leave my house? That's my son is yelling through the door, and he's like, okay. And so while he's on the phone with me, I was like, you know what, man, call the police. And while I'm saying that, Buddy he goes to his car to the street and takes a gun and points it at my house. And I'm on the phone when this happens. And he said he got a gun. Man, I about fainted. Now, mind you, I'm in the city of Chicago and I live in Indiana. That's a good it's a good even on a good day, without any traffic, uh live about 45 minutes away to I mean, that's precedent. That's pushing it. That's pandemic time, 45 minutes away. Uh, it could be an hour away. If you go on a little above the speed limit, I live an hour away. And I hear this. I was devastated. I said, what? I said, I'm on my way home now. I tell everybody I was running the job actually. I was the boss at the time. And I tell them I'm on my way. Uh so I'm out, jump in my car, and I'm gone. I'm gone. I jump in my car, I'm on my way home. And I'm trying to call him. He tells me that the cops, are on the way to the house, and he had called my wife's aunt, who was right down the street. She came, and I'm talking to him on the phone. His cops are there. I'm like, man, who did this? Who did this? My mind was going crazy. I'm flying down the highway, and I kind of slowed down a little bit when I found out that they were safe, they were out the house, and my first thing that I thought was like I had lived this life up until that point in time, and I've just kind of, I don't want to say trusted humanity, but I mean, I just felt that if you wasn't bothering anybody, I went to work, church, and was with my kids. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really go too many places outside of that. You might have caught me slipping once or twice, but nothing crazy. I'm talking about I might have gone to a bar or something to chill out, maybe with some people from work. But outside of that, man, like that's where I was at. And so I'm like, why would this happen to me, man? Like this dude comes to my house and interrupts my peace, and I feel stupid because I didn't have an alarm at the time. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I would walk in my house and leave the door unlocked, just not thinking. You know what I mean? And so what do I do, man? My first stop is to go get a pistol. I ain't had no guns or nothing, man. I live in Indiana, the land of the free, so you can just walk in and get what you need. So I stop into one of the places, and I'm going to go arm myself. 'Cause I don't know who this is. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? And so I walk into this. It's a sporting goods store. I walk into this place, and phone rings. It's my wife's aunt, and she says, where you at? I said, I'm getting what I need. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who this is. I want to protect myself and my family. And she she's like, well, maybe you should sit down. And I said, is everything okay? You know what I mean? Kids okay? Yeah, kids okay. Uh, she said, I really need you to sit down. I said, or go back to the car. I said, what? Just tell me what's up. If my kids okay, everybody's safe, nobody dead. She said, no. She said, Ron, she said, somebody somebody shot at your house. I was devastated, man. What? I don't live this kind of life. You know what I mean? I don't, I don't get out like this. You know what I mean? We leave people alone. We love people. We do right by people. And so what? You know what I mean? I about passed out in there. I was by a bench. I had to grab it. I had to grab it so I wouldn't fall over because I almost fainted. I almost fainted because it just all these emotions and thoughts and everything hit you like somebody shot at my house. This ain't my life. Whose life is this? You know what I mean? From there, I feel rocked, man. Like what? So that situation, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna go no further with it. Everybody was okay, and to this day, like we don't know this guy. Anybody can sit back. Anybody that know me, man, they know I don't like. And my kids, man, my kids were homeschooled. It was a youth group. You know what I mean? We don't know this cat. And to this day, man, we still like I'm still like what? You know what I'm saying? But uh from there, man, I just felt lost. You know, I felt almost lost in life. I was going through this anxiety about even coming uh in my neighborhood. Uh I was very much so affected. Not to say my kids weren't, because they was here when it kind of went down, but I was very much so affected because I'm supposed to be a protector. You know what I mean? I was slipping. That called slipping. And I'm like, man, this is like I gotta get myself together. And it drove me almost to feel even more alone and isolated. Nobody understood. My own family didn't even, I felt like my own family didn't even understand what I was going through. I felt like uh they didn't understand what I was going through as protector. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't understand me. You know what I mean? It was almost an anger that I started feeling. Church family helped me. You know, they helped me through it. Friends helped me through it. I had a lot of friends reach out, man, and I love that. But I couldn't kick this alone feeling. You know what I mean? Then I started, my marriage felt like that was falling apart. You know what I mean? I felt alone in that. Uh, uh, Church family felt like I was even alone in that, and that's even, man, that was with church with some of the most loving people in the world, man. I believe that God allowed me to feel that because I think that through my life, I want to say we trust God until something happened, you know what I mean? And then you feel alone, even though, and so I really didn't. I don't believe I trusted God. I think God had to get me to a place where I trusted Him. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up, just trust Him. But anyway, went through that, and what happened after that, man? Let's see. Oh, just with the church family. Oh, what am I talking about? What happened after that? The world about blew up. but, but I think Black Lives Matter have happened. I don't want to say Black Lives Matter, but we went through a mini revolution. You know what I'm saying? And I felt every bit of that. I was going through some mental turmoil, man. I fought. I'm not gonna lie, man, and I'm not embarrassed about it because I think sometimes media and what people put out there, man, it will cause you to hate. And I'm not a hateful person, and I fought back hate. Uh, when that happened, man, like the riots and stuff, man, some of the closest people to me, man, you think that they understand you, they didn't look like me. It wasn't, it was a lot of them were white, some of them were outside of that, man, and some of them I count as friends, and I would have done anything for. But man, I felt unloved. Like I was like, man, you said what? You know what I mean? They would say things like, oh man, it's not really like that. I'm like, what you mean it ain't like that? You know what I'm saying? I've been black for at the time 36 years. You can tell me it ain't like that. And they was adamant that it's, oh, no, you're not really going through that. I really felt unloved there. I really felt hurt. I really was feeling pain. And I felt just alone, alone again. And man, next thing I know, pandemic hits. You know what I'm saying? Now, now, dang man, not only do I feel alone, I feel like I'm about to die. I don't know. I'm not laughing about the pandemic. I'm laughing about now how I felt and kind of what we know now. If you guys remember, I just thought that was it. Like, I thought that was it. It was just inevitable. We was dead. You know what I'm saying? I'm still working. I'm working in the city of Chicago. I remember one day I was on Michigan Avenue working, and we was up actually right off of Michigan Avenue, right off of Michigan and Roosevelt. And forgive me if things happen, accidents happen. So mid pandemic, it was nobody on the streets, which was eerie. And sometimes you forget I'm up on the 40th some floor in the building, and we're replacing. Uh, we put a metal panel at the bottom of a glass barrier wall because apparently people was kicking things accidentally. You get a little drinking, people's partying out there, accidentally kicking stuff off the balcony. Uh, so we up there, man, like 48th floor, man, right off of Michigan and Roosevelt, man. My partner, as we put these metal plates, I had this big bolt to him, like. Here, man, here goes some of the hardware. He drops it, and when he bends down to go get it, he kicked that mug, and it went off the building, like straight down to Roosevelt. And I was like, oh my God, man, somebody about to die. And I looked out and wasn't nobody on the street. And I felt even more alone. It's like, I'm glad, I'm glad nothing happened, man. But yeah, man, it was crazy, man. Life just seemed unreal, especially for me, man. I was already going through stuff, and then this happened. And uh during that time, man, I started to church was closed. You know what I'm saying? Church was closed. I started to see God in places that, I wasn't really looking for him. And I started to see God in people, in occurrences. I was having church all by myself, you know what I mean? And you out and about, man, somebody share a story with you, man. And I started to see God, man. You start talking to these people, man. I was going through stuff too, man, at the time. I wasn't perfect, but God was still kind of showing himself to me through a lot of people, man. The people that were out, you have yeah, for real, for real. Uh, you have these occurrences in your life where people start to talk to you, and you sitting up and you like, man, that's crazy. Like it's only me and you in this mug. Like, first of all, so like that's crazy, man. You went through that, yeah. I started talking to people, man, and it wasn't a lot of people out. It was almost crazy because it's like I just happened to bump into this person that's got this crazy story, like crazy exciting story of things that is something that happened in their life, and then you bump into somebody else, man. They got this a story, and I started talking to people and listening to what people had to say, and I was like, man, now I need to be heard. You know what I mean? At the same time, I still kind of felt unheard, but I started feeling connections with people, man, and I've always loved people. You know what I mean? But started feeling these connections with people, and I was like, man, and even family, man. I would sit down and have just in-depth conversations, just going deep, man. And sometimes it seemed like people would pour their hearts out to me, man, as I'm sitting there talking to them. Maybe just because I listen. It's not a lot of people to listen in this world. I talk a lot. I talk a lot because I listen and I got something to say about what you're going through. I want to share how I feel about what you're going through. And I uh, I was like, man, I need an outlet, man. I need an outlet. Meanwhile, I was still kind of going through in my personal life with my marriage. My wife is a wonderful person, man, and I'm able to see the other side now. You know what I mean? Through this life change, she stuck it out with me, and it was a life change. It was a heck of a life change. She stuck it out with me, and she's been there for me. My kids, man, they've been there for me. I know they've seen a change in me, and I hope that they see what I feel on the inside, more love, you know what I mean? More understanding. Uh, oh yeah, man, my son, who I love with all my heart, lost his doggone mind. I was like, this dude decided at I think like 18, man. He just decided that he was just gonna straight start tripping. Uh, Gina, I did. I tried to, and I think I understand that it had to be hard on her. You can 20 years, you know what I mean, at the time, 18. And you all of a sudden, after 18 years, I probably seem like this new person. You can communicate all day. What's going on? You know what I mean? Uh, what is this? You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about subtleties. I'm talking about like, who are you? I know that's probably how she was feeling. You know what I mean? But uh and I mean, I was pretty much on the brink of divorce, and I'm not afraid to say that, man. I'm not afraid to say that because there's a lot of people that's on the brink of divorce. What I did see was my reasons for divorce was way different from other people's reasons. A lot of people I mean, people going through some real deep stuff in their marriage. I believe in marriage, but hey, man, like, man, if you really going through that hard, man, sometimes I don't know, go to counseling. I don't want to say just leave, but look within yourself, you know. But yeah, it was a lot of communication going on. But I can totally understand her side. I kind of seen her side at the time, and I just felt like she'd never understand me. You know what I'm saying? But everything's. We are still working, man. But I do love her with all my heart, and I appreciate her, even for being with me this long. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, all of that, all of that brought me to Christmas of 2021. I'm sitting there talking to family, to her family, and as we talking, man, I'm talking to cousins and like, man, I'll always have these conversations, man. Maybe y'all should start a podcast. And so I was like, what? Word, man, that's man, cool. So we all got together and we went on a journey to start a podcast. You know what I mean? Something to be heard, something to have conversations and talk to other people. And I realized, man, as this journey went on, and I don't knock them, that I think this was probably more my dream. Uh, this is probably more my dream than their dream, which is nothing wrong with that, man. People are going through their own journeys in life, you know what I mean? And I, I have this personality where I just won't quit. That got me in trouble a lot when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Because my mom would say something, I just wanted to be understood. So I wouldn't quit. And she just be like, you just don't know how to shut up, do you? And I was like, it wasn't that. I mean, I understand. I wasn't if I was disrespectful, I love my mother and I wasn't trying to be disrespectful to any adults in my life, but at the time, adults in my life. But I am an adult now. But I wasn't trying to be disrespectful to anybody. It's just I realize now that there is this thing within me. I said I felt unheard. There is this thing within me that I want to understand. And that was a lot of stuff that was going on in my marriage too, because when you want to understand, it'll almost feel like you poking at somebody. It'll almost feel like you bullying them. You know what I mean? Bro, did you just hear me say that we ain't got no peanut butter and jelly? You know what I'm saying? That's a funny example, but for real, man, I understand now. Not a lot of people want to understand you. Not a lot of people want to understand other people in the world. It's like a thing nowadays for people just like, they don't care to understand you. They don't care if you understand them. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I do. I hate it sometimes because I find myself over explaining a lot. You might hear that in me. I don't apologize for it because I'm not apologizing for who I am anymore. And a lot of it is the root of it is love. You know what I'm saying? That's who I am. That's at the root of it. I want to understand you. I want to understand uh, the things that you are going through. I want to feel you. You know what I'm saying? I want to feel. I don't want to feel that pain like that, but yeah, I do want to feel that pain. I want to understand. I got to understand what you're going through. And thank you for feeling me, Lily. Thank you. But yeah, man, it's. I have a need to be understood, and I have a need to understand, and that brings me to this. You know, uh, the VNO, the views and opinions. I want to know your views. I want to know your opinions. I want you to come on here and let's have a conversation. Get your story out, man, because somebody else might not want to, they might not want to know your story, but they need to know your story. They need to hear your life experiences. They need to hear because in that, they will understand that, man, I'm human. What I'm going through is human. What I'm going through is not uh it's not just me. It's not particular to just my life. I am going through a human experience. A lot of people, man, I got depression, man. It seems like it rains in this world, man. REIGNS. It rains. And through depression raining, it rains. REINS. Uh and you could tell, man, people are just walking around, man, and they ain't happy. You know what I'm saying? And I take in these now for the views and opinions, you persevere and now you're more than conqueror. That's it, Marcelo. I'm happy. I'm excited. It's hindsight is 2020. Yo, look, at the time, somebody put a couple of bullets through my house. I was like, I'm about to kill somebody. Like I understand, yes, hindsight is 2020, and you are right. I had to. I had to. I saw uh a clip of oh man, it was a preacher. It was just on Instagram. A lot of people are actually sharing it. But it's a preacher. He's like, God not really interested in your comfortability. He's more interested in you going through these experiences so you become better. that you become a better person, that you realize your purpose in life. And I'll take that, man. I'll take that. I'll take some of these experiences. At least I trust him now, you know what I mean, to go through these experiences. And man, yeah, that's it, man. I'm still going through experiences every day. I'm still finding out who I am every day, man. But I'm excited because I'm feeling purpose with this thing. I'm feeling something, something, not might, something is gonna come out of this. Something's going to happen. Something's gonna happen. I can smell it. It's thick. Look at the intro. You know what I'm saying? Look at that, man. That go hard. You can't tell me that don't go hard, man. Mo, Mo, you did your thing, man. And Greg, I told you, I told you, Greg. I said, look, I talk a lot, man. I talk a lot, but I talk a lot because I listen. But I told Grant, I talk a lot, man. He said, how long you want to make this? I said, probably about a half hour. And in my head, I'm saying, man, you lying. You lying. You're gonna talk for an hour straight. But I'm not. When this thing really get off popping, man, I had to do this. I had to do this introduction. Thank you, Lillian. I believe that with all my heart. I believe that, man. Somebody going through right now. You know what I'm saying? And somebody's gonna feel that. Somebody going through life, man. Life is tough. Life is life. I tell my kids that all the time. Hey, yo, life is life. I understand. Life will kick you in the head and won't care. I think a lot of we've been having this men and women conversation on Dope Living TV. Catch me on there during the week every now and again. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to make some things happen in my life. So every now and again, man, I try to get on the podcast with the Dope Living TV crew. You seen a couple of them. Uh, you seen a couple of them comment tonight, and I'm so inspired and grateful and appreciative of y'all, man. They invited me on their platform. Yo, it was meant to be. It was meant to be. I appreciate y'all with all my heart, man. I really do. Uh, Marcy, Gina, Greg, Mo, Chris, Kevin, my cousin, life coach Jeff, man. My man is he's the one that invited me, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. Uh, thank y'all. I appreciate y'all for the support, man. I appreciate y'all. Oh, dang, brother, about to get emotional. But I really do, man, with all my heart, man. Greg probably didn't tell y'all, but when he he helped me out, man. I got a little emotional. Greg, don't tell nobody else. But I really do appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have been a backbone for me. Haven't known each other for long, man. I just jumped on and we just kind of clicked, and thank y'all for inviting me on the on Dope Living TV. They are some dope people, and I'm sure I don't know everything about it, but yo, check them out, man. Even when I'm not on there, check them out. I'll be sharing this stuff on my Facebook page. I gotta get this thing going to Instagram. I'm gonna eventually get it going to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all of that stuff, man. But it's popping, man. It's gonna pop off. But thank y'all, man. I really appreciate y'all for allowing me to be on there. Check out my cousin, life coach Jeff. Jeff, right there, he is, right there. Well, he is now, but y'all check him out, man. My man, he got a lot to say, and he can really help you. Oh snap! Oh snap! Hold on.
The mic was
Unmute. Hey,
muted. I'm muted. I'm
okay,
good.
okay. That's my man right there, man. What's up, man?
Hey man, I've been back here listening to the whole thing, bro. I
Really?
told you was gonna get it. I told
Look,
you
man,
you was
I'm
gonna get it.
long-winded, bro.
Nah, you ain't long with it, brother. You just right, man. You just
I
right.
can't help it, man. Look, you know how many times, man, during while we on the podcast, and I just be like, man, shut up, man, let everybody else talk, man. Because I got like I
Uh,
listen and I got it, like, man, I got something to say about that. But sometimes you do just need to shut up and listen to what other people got to say, man. But bro, thank you, man. I appreciate you, man, with all my heart, bro. You doing your thing, man. You about to blow, man. People need you. People
Thanks,
need you,
man.
and you out there, bro. You out there,
And
and I'm
that's
gonna
what I
do
told
whatever
you
I
too,
can.
man. People need you. Shoot. That's why
And
we
you know
set
what,
up.
man?
That's why we got you on here, man. People gotta hear what
Yeah,
you gotta say, man. You gonna be touching
yeah,
so many people, man. I already told you, you got an
man,
audience. You got people listening to you, bruh. It's
man,
there. You was nervous about
man.
this, and look at you. You just come on and kill it. You
It's
know.
it's all love, man. It's all love. Thank you. Where's Greg? Greg trying to come on,
Yeah,
Greg.
he hiding, man.
Come on,
He
Greg.
hiding.
bro, don't get me emotional, man. I appreciate it. Greg don't like this. Jeff, I told him the other night. I said, I don't care, bro. I said, I don't care, Mr. Dope Living. I don't care, man.
Hey Ron, let me tell you this.
Uh-huh.
And number one, Jeff was right. People need to hear this. Okay,
Yeah.
people need to hear you. I didn't know what to expect, and at 8 o'clock I'm coming on anyway. I'm doing a short little podcast, so come on that too, just to talk
Yes.
not only this but everything that we're doing with Dope Living TV Live.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, man, you did more than I thought you would do. Not talking,
Awesome.
but as far as giving of yourself, and that's what's very important for you to give of yourself, and so that people can understand that you're not interviewing anybody. You're giving a conversation. Okay.
Conversation.
It's a great conversation, man. Love you, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm getting ready to go on in 15 minutes, but hey, man,
I'm with you.
You know what? This is a journey. All right.
Yes, sir.
Started on the road to the journey. Don't give anybody the keys to your car. All right. Stay in your passenger seat. Your driver's seat, and keep this moving forward, brother. We love you.
Yes, sir.
We got you back.
Thanks, Greg. I appreciate you, man. Mr. Dope Living. Mr. Dope Living. Mr. Life Coach Jeff, man.
Well, I'm about to get off too, and
Well,
I'm gonna just let you do your thing.
well, then where
What's
is
up? What you want?
Mo? Is Mo on? Is Mo? I haven't even been looking at the comments, bro. That's the problem. I haven't even been checking out. Thank you, baby. I love you. I appreciate you.
Oh, the wife on too. Let me get off here.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Where's Gina? Somebody put Gina through, put Marcy through, put them through, man. Let me holler at them real quick. Are y'all on? Y'all still on? They might be going. I know I am kind of long-winded at times. I understand that I told my buddy you need a pause and stop button sometimes with me, but yeah.
Nah, you good, man. They should have a link.
Yeah, right. But I do. Y'all check them out, man. I do appreciate y'all. My man Mo. Greg, if you still on, you about to go on. But if you still on, man, drop. Yeah, go ahead, bro. Sorry, I love you, man.
I know, dog. I ain't trying to steal your thunder, man. I'm just trying to let you know, hey, man, I support you. I love you. And peace out, brother.
Thank you. All right, bro. Gina, if you can, come through.
Hello,
Marcy, come through. Y'all, I appreciate Marcy.
You are doing
Marcy.
such a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I
just wanted to come on and say hi. You're doing a great job. Congratulations. And there's more to come.
Thank you, Marcy. I appreciate that.
I'm out.
Y'all, Marcy's great. I told Marcy she add this flair to the Dope Living podcast. Thank you, Gina. If you can come on, if you can't, I understand. If you can, pop up, jump in. But I told Marcy, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And if y'all share this, man, share this. I used to shy away from like people like, man, even saying you're a great person or, and I accept that, man. I accept that. I'm gonna start dropping these clips, like I said, but I even said in one of the clips, man, why is it okay for us to down ourselves? It's not okay for us to lift ourselves up. People call you things like arrogant and you this and you that. And I'm not arrogant, you know what I'm saying? But also, y'all went in the gym with me, shoot, you know what I'm saying? So like I accept that, man. I accept that. And y'all share this. I'm saying that because I'm saying share this. And when we come out with these interviews, please share it to your Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I believe this is being broadcast over. Y'all share, not interviews, conversations. Conversations. But when we share these conversations, y'all, please, man, maybe it's not helping you. Maybe it's not your thing, but somebody down that list, man, they might need that. Whoever's speaking, they might need that. They might need to hear that. And man, I'm excited. I got a lineup for you. I got some great I forgot about Chris, man. My man Chris. My man Chris. I don't know. Chris be busy, y'all, but Chris is just that guy. Thank you, Gina. She was driving. She came through.
I'm driving, but I wanted to hop on real quick and say we are so proud of you, and we are blessed to have you as part of our family.
Thank you. Thank y'all for inviting me in to be family. So for a while in life, I didn't feel like family to nobody. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, God has opened up these doors, and I thank y'all for allowing me to be that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have to pull back a little bit because I feel these tears welling up. I can't come out the gates like this.
It's
But,
okay to cry.
no, it ain't. Not always. This is not. but, but man, I've been on for look. I've been on for 50 minutes already. Yo, I gotta go because Greg gotta get on. Gina, I appreciate you, y'all. Gina, I know she disagrees with me sometimes. And she out look at her face and tell. She like, what is Gina, thank you for just being on there listening. You know what I mean? And giving your view.
Definitely going to be continued support. You know, we got your back, Ryan.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. All
Talk.
right, thanks, Gina. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.